the last 2 years, the system that I have sold most by far with my AI automation agency is the cold calling system with AI, where it's for real estate agents, real estate companies, marketing agencies, IT companies, whatever companies you want, this system can be built for them. So today I'm gonna bring a complete walkthrough on how I built this complete system so that it handles everything: sending calls, follow-ups, organizing the data inside the CRM, also when they call back with the inbound. So without further ado, let's go directly into the build. So guys, in this case, I'm gonna start the AI cold calling system with a whiteboard where I'm gonna explain you everything and how we can build it. In this case, on first thing, we're gonna have 5 scenarios, and the first one is gonna be the main one that is gonna be sending the calls every day consistently. This is a cold calling system that is gonna be able to automate completely the process of sending calls, which we're gonna use in this case 2 CRMs, or let's say we have the possibility of using 2 of them: Google Sheets and Supabase. Then we have another system that is gonna be to do a follow-up in this case, so that we're able to, after a day or 2, if this guy hasn't picked the first call, to send a follow-up. And we have a data organizer of these 2 scenarios of sending calls and the follow-up, so that we can divide them between interested, not interested. We can pick up the transcripts and the recordings. Later we have an inbound system in case we send a call, they don't pick up the phone and they call us back. And finally we have a data organizer of these calls that are the ones of people that call back once we call them. Results I have got with this system: well, with a test I did like a week ago with a real estate investment company, we called 400 leads, with which 170 picked up the phone, and we got 16 interested, which is a 10% positive reply. That's way higher than what we usually get with email campaigns and what's normal with email campaigns, even also with DM campaigns. And there's also the good thing that in this case, as it was a real estate investment company, most real estate companies take a profit per people they close of plus 10k. Normally it's at least 10k in my experience talking with them, but it can be 20, 30k, so it's a lot of money basically. So without further ado, let's go basically to start the system of sending the calls. And we're gonna go directly in this case to Retell AI. You have to log in or create your account. Once inside the dashboard, we're gonna come and we're gonna create an agent. Also, here inside the agent, we have several possibilities, guys. When calling and doing an outbound call, I personally prefer to use the single prompt agent, because there's a bunch of different possibilities, different ones, that the conversational flow agent doesn't work so good, because as you know, it's normally a rigged conversation. It's not so random as it could be an outbound calling, because you find tons of things. For example, in an example I did with the real estate company, we found a guy that was making a sandwich, and probably the conversational flow agent is not as prepared for that. Okay, in case we choose the single prompt agent as we just did, what do we have to configure here? Well, I would recommend you changing to the 4.1 mini, because the 4.1 mini is already a bit behind, and the 4.1 mini is the cheapest, but it works really good. Later, I would recommend you choosing another voice, because the one that Retell gives you, it's a bit behind, it doesn't work a lot. I would recommend you going directly to 11 Labs into the library, going here, and we can choose, in this case for example, the language of English, and we can choose different accents. Let's choose in this case a British accent with a conversational flow, and let's choose for example a male. Prefer to be a male. Let's apply the filters. Let's listen to this one.
Let's be honest, love. You? Settling for anything less than the right love? Not a chance. Darling.
Hey there and welcome. Grab a coffee, settle in and relax. And let's chat about this.
Okay, so I've tried Archer and I'm gonna choose in this case Archer. I'm gonna copy the voice ID, close this window, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna add a custom voice as you can see here, and I'm gonna add here the voice ID, and here we have found it. So I'm gonna save the voice as you can see. Perfect. Let's wait until it's saved. Once it has charged, what I'm gonna do is click on this wheel and we're gonna find several settings. First of all, we have to change to 11 Last Turbo V2.5. It works 100 times better. And the voice speed, in my experience, it sounds really more realistic if we decrease it a bit, maybe to 0.86. Then the temperature, it's actually also more realistic if we decrease it a lot to 0.80 for example, because if not it's gonna sound really emotional and it's not gonna be really realistic because the voices are not really made to be really emotional. And finally, the voice volume, I try to increase it a lot so that people can listen correctly to this person. Okay, so what's gonna be the objective in this case of the call? We could have several objectives. I have delivered several projects with different objectives. What's gonna be this case? We could use a system of booking appointment or transferring the call. It can be however you guys want. Both cases can be done. So in this case, let's use for example the transfer call system, but if you are a client or a guy that wants this system for you, for your business, no problem. I can set it up so that it's an appointment for you. It books an appointment. What are we gonna also set? Here we have to put a background so it's much more realistic. I usually like to put a call center and make it a bit lower so that it doesn't sound so much. Okay, the responsiveness, we have to lower it also a bit because if not, he's gonna respond really fast, and that means that it's not gonna also sound really realistic because people have to think their answer. It cannot be instantly. That's what I say. Interruption sensitivity, we're gonna leave it high because that way the AI is gonna stop talking fastly when someone interrupts him. Then we're gonna enable the speech normalization, and we're gonna also enable the back channeling, which means that it's gonna use words that makes it more realistic, like yeah, haha, one moment, things like that. You put just some examples. Then the call settings are also important. Voicemail detection. In this case, when I used the voicemail, it went bad for me, so I decided to use the hang up if reaching voicemail so that it doesn't give problems and the AI doesn't lag, because it lags and it stays a lot of time in voicemail. It means that it's gonna be charged for your wallet. It's gonna charge you money, the Retell AI. Okay, then the end call on silence. We don't want to wait a lot if there's a silence. Let's wait 2 minutes, and the max call duration shouldn't be more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes is actually a lot on the phone. So we're gonna actually leave this up right now like this. We will actually set up later the post-call analysis. I'm actually gonna select here the user speaks first. No, the AI speaks first. I'm gonna set a custom message. There you go, which we will add later. And pause before speaking, we're gonna leave it in 0.6 so that when someone gets the call, picks up the phone, he has time to put it in the ear and the AI then starts talking. Okay, so let's go directly to write the prompt of this system. Okay guys, so I just actually added the prompt. Here you have it, and we just have to add the transfer call function. Just to let you know, it's gonna be a agent that is gonna be in charge of the calls of the real estate agent. I've put an example of a real estate agent from California, and that it's gonna transfer the call once the lead is qualified. Once we got, in this case, if it needs repairs or not, the reason why he wants to sell, and in this case, the price that he's looking to get. So let's go to get the transfer call, and we're gonna put transfer the call to the real estate agent once the user agrees to be transferred. There you go, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna ask him previously he would like to be transferred to the real estate agent. Here you have to put the number of the real estate agent. I will put it later. The call transfer or the warm transfer. What's my opinion? So I prefer the AI to give a small explanation to the real estate agent so that they can actually know what has been in the call and the information of the lead. So let's change a bit the settings. We're gonna leave in this case the ringtone. So here we can use the detection timeout of this. this means that the AI one is gonna transfer to the real estate agent, is gonna greet a real estate agent, and is gonna say hello, and the real estate agent has to say hey, and then the AI will give the small explanation, and we're gonna set the whisper message. So I'm gonna write the next prompt. Okay, just finished. Inform the real estate agent about the lead, give him his name, his property address, the price he has told you, the reason why he is selling the property, and if he needs repairs or not. Now we're gonna basically save it. There you go, fantastic. And with this done, we are actually ready to go to NA10. So we have to be cautious knowing that NA10 doesn't have actually a Retell AI node like Make does, and this may complicate a bit things, but let's just do it and set up our mode. Right guys, let's go directly to NA10, let's sign in, and once inside I'm gonna open my instance, and let's create in this case a new workflow here. Perfect. We have to note down that I wanted to change a bit, and that's why I'm gonna use in this case Supabase for our exceptional cold calling system. I usually use Google Sheets because I think that it's the best way to do it, but if not, there's not any problem. We're gonna test a bit and test Supabase for it. If you are a lead that wants this system, note down that we can use whatever CRM you want. In this case, I'm gonna use Supabase. Okay, so let's go to our table, and we have to restore in this case our project. I'm gonna confirm the restore so that we can use it this time for the cold calling project. Once we are inside the table editor and it has charged. Okay guys, so basically I'm here in the project and I'm ready to create a new table, which is gonna be the table of main leads. What are we gonna have inside leads? We will leave the created at, there's not any problem, but we want to add in this case the name, which is gonna be in this case text, and we also want to add the property. There you go, fantastic. In text also, as well as the number, because with the number we're gonna call them, of course. And let's leave this as a numeric completely, because I think that there's no an option of phone number here, so let's leave it as numeric. There you go, let's save it, and once it is created, let's continue. Okay, so basically here we will have to be inserting all the list of leads. This, as I said, could also be done with Google Sheets, so I'm just gonna explain another thing. We're gonna add right now another column, which is gonna be call sent, as well as we want to add in this case later the call ID. There you go, it's gonna be in this case another text, could be, where is it? Here. I'm gonna save it, and finally we're also gonna add the call ID, which is gonna be, I think, a number, so we're gonna set that as a numeric. There you go. Well, maybe it's not a number, so that's why I'm gonna actually leave it as text. It doesn't matter a lot. I'm gonna also save it. Okay, so let's add in this case a lead from as an example. The ID could be 1, the name could be my name, Diego, the property could be 123 Banana Street. The call send, we're gonna leave it blank, and the number, let's put a random number here. There you go, and I'm gonna save it. Okay, so let's go back to NA10, and we're gonna set this as on a schedule. So we have to take note that we're gonna start sending calls consistently in the schedule that we want. Let's say that we want to send calls every, let's say, 10 minutes, for example. It's really normal. I normally send it through around 30 or 20 calls an hour. If it's 20, it means that we are gonna have to send them every 3 minutes. If we're sending every 10 minutes, it means that we're gonna send 6 calls an hour, which means at the end of the day we're calling around 9 hours. It's gonna be 54 calls. So let's test it like this, and we're gonna have to add in this case an HTTP request. There you go, which is gonna be with a post system request. So we're gonna go right now to the Retell API docs. There you go, and inside the Retell API docs we're gonna go to the part of API reference, and we're gonna create a phone call. So I'm gonna copy this link, I'm gonna bring it back, leave it in pause, bring this one back. We could create here a authentication, but I'm gonna make it much easier, guys, for you. So what are we gonna do now? We're gonna basically get, in this case, the secure, as you can see. And what do we want to get? We want to get, in this case, the authorization. I'm gonna make it easier. If you want to protect your data, you can come here and include it, but it's a beginner guide. I wanted for you to be the easiest way. So we're gonna add authorization. We're gonna put here bearer, and here you have to include your API key. Bearer, careful here. There you go. We're gonna add another parameter, which is gonna be, in this case, the content type, which has to be application JSON. So I'm just gonna copy it, bring it back here, paste it here, and do exactly the same here. And there you go. And there you go, guys. Sounds good. Okay, so with this done, what do we have to do now? We have to click on add option. No, we have to come to send body. There you go. We're gonna go with raw. Content type is gonna be, again, application JSON, and the body is gonna be the next one. Okay, here you have it. You have it down in the description anyways, but in this case we're gonna have here this JSON that I just copied, but you will have it again in the description. This is gonna be instead of this address, and as you can see, we're gonna have here the agent ID, the Retell LLM dynamic variables, that is what we have here inside Supabase of name and property. There you go. And we're also gonna have here the from number, that is gonna be your Retell number, the to number, that is gonna be the number that we get here from Supabase, and finally the direction, that is gonna be outbound. Okay, so before this, actually, you have to configure here everything. If you want to know how to add it, it's really simple, guys. Agent ID, you copy it, you bring it here, you paste it here. The Retell number is the number you get from Twilio or from Bonus or directly from Retell. Just paste it here with the plus and the country code. I'm gonna break this and you're gonna tell me why do you do that? Because I'm gonna add a Supabase module of, in this case, get a raw. What are we gonna do in this case? Connect first our credentials. So I will basically recommend you to follow the guide that you have here in N10. You open here docs, it's really easy to follow. You don't have to do a lot of things. So in the table, I'm gonna select the one that we just created. It doesn't have a name yet. We call it leads, and we are gonna add the condition. What do we want to be it? We want to get the ones that have call sent blank, because that means that we haven't sent them a call, and we're gonna leave by now these ones. What's the problem? We want the limit to only run once. So how can we do it? Let's click on execute once. Okay, so I've done a small change. I actually changed here inside the Supabase module. I've changed actually from get to get mini, so that we can get only one. I've set the limit to one, because if not, we're gonna have several problems calling the lead. So we're gonna leave it in one. So how do we want this? We're gonna leave, in this case, the default value of call sent, as you can see here, to be in default value of 0. There you go. And I'm gonna save it. Now you will understand why. I'm gonna actually recharge this, and now we will see that it's probably 0. Okay, so then we're gonna come back here to call sent, and we're gonna modify something that we have here. We're gonna edit the column, and the default value is gonna set as empty string. There you go. Now we're gonna have it work, and we will find exactly what we want. So now we're gonna recharge it, because it's been saved. There you go. We're gonna actually come back here, and if we click on call sent and equals to empty, and now we can insert a new row, for example, putting the ID as 3. Let's put again my name as Diego, property 1, 2, 3 banana. I'm gonna put a random number. Okay, so let's save it in this case, and as you can see, we're gonna have it as empty. So now if we can here, we call sent equals empty. Let's see that we are gonna get exactly the number. See, that's what we want. So with that, we're gonna connect it, and once we click back in our HTTP request, what we can do is get all the things here. So in this case, the to number is gonna be the number that we got here. So number, there you go. Later, we're gonna get the address, which is gonna be the property that we got from Supabase. and the name we are also gonna have to change it. So leave me a moment. There you go. We're gonna put here the name. Perfect. Okay, so now we're ready to go with the dynamic variables. And after the call has been sent, what do we want to do? We want to update that the call has been sent. So let's go to Supabase again, and we're gonna actually update our row. There you go. We're gonna, in this case, go to table name, and it's gonna be leads. Perfect. Do we want to set a condition? Yes. So first of all, we are gonna, in this case, run this thing. So the node where I'm gonna change, in this case, my number, I'm gonna set it here, and I also gonna, what I'm gonna do is put my API key so that we can run it. So I'm just gonna click here basically, and there you go, it has been called. So now we can come back, and once we click here, I'm gonna close this one. We can go to the get mini rows, and we want, in this case, to select the ID equals this one. And what do we want to set as data to send? In this case, we want to add a field. We want to put the call ID. We're gonna open this, and gonna put here the call ID, as you can see here. There you go. And then we're also gonna add, in this case, call sent, and we're gonna put call sent. We execute the step, and as you can see, it has been updated. Perfect. So this is basically the system to call the people. Here we have to add all the leads, and it's as easy as this, guys. You just add here the leads, call them, and update them. Okay, perfect. So after this, what do we have to set? We have to set, in this case, the data organizer, so that we can organize the transcripts, the recording URL of the interested people, and everything. So for that, I'm gonna come back to Supabase, and I'm gonna create, in this case, some new tables. So I'm gonna create a new table that is gonna be for the interested people. This means people who have booked an appointment, or people who said that they were interested. And for that, we're gonna add actually the name. We want to add also the number. We want to add also the transcript, of course, guys, the recording URL. There you go. So we're also gonna put, in this case, for example, we could set here the price. There you go. We could also put repairs, in case these guys need repairs. And let's say also the reason to sell. Let's put, in case they book an appointment, the appointment. Perfect. So let's go adding the type. In this case, name is gonna be a simple text, number is gonna be a numeric, transcript is gonna be a text. Here, recording URL is also gonna be a text. Price is gonna be a number, because we don't have currency, so it's gonna be a number. Repairs is gonna be, in this case, text or boolean, I think so. Maybe it could be boolean. No, let's leave it in text. Reason could be text, and appointment is gonna be timestamp, because we're gonna set the date and time and everything. Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna save it basically, and with this set, we're gonna go back to Retell here. And what are we gonna do here? We're gonna extract some dynamic variables. What do we want to extract here? In this case, we want to extract the price, the reason, and if it needs repairs or not. And let's say here, extract underscore property underscore details. Extract the details of the property. Let's say the reason to sell, the price the user wants to sell, and we're also gonna say and if it needs repairs or not. There you go. Perfect. So let's add one. Let's start with repairs. Whether the property needs repairs or not. Perfect. And now we're gonna set, in this case, a boolean. Or let's set a boolean. Set true if it needs repairs, and false if it doesn't. Perfect. Now we're gonna save it. Perfect. We have one reason. The reason the user has to sell his property. Output the exact same words he has said. There you go, perfect. I'm gonna save it. And finally, we're also gonna add, in this case, the price. The price which the user wants to sell the property. Perfect. And now we're gonna set it, in this case, as a number. Perfect, and we're gonna save it. Okay, there you go, we have this saved. Why do we want this? Because with this, we're gonna then add that information inside Supabase. Later, we're gonna add some post-call analysis because we want, in this case, the GPT to analyze with a selector if the user was interested or not. So let's say here, interested, analyze if the user was interested in selling his property or not. And I think that's all. So let's set here interested, not interested. Okay, and we're gonna save it. There you go, we got it. Perfect, so we have this post-call analysis. So now it's the moment directly to go to another workflow. You could do it also in the same way, it doesn't matter, but I prefer to separate it a bit, where we are gonna set our webhook. I prefer to do this with a webhook as a beginner guide. If in the future you want to do it as in the 2-hour guide I did some weeks ago about the 10,000 calling dashboard, you can do it, but I prefer right now to do it with the webhook. I'm gonna change it to post, I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna bring it back to this Retell, and I'm gonna paste it here where it says agent level webhook URL. We're gonna leave it here because we want to receive the information, but careful here, guys. We want to receive the information of call underscore analyzed. So right now I'm gonna basically do a call, and I'm gonna actually stop it and execute the workflow once it has ended, so that I can get the information of call underscore analyzed. So for that, how can we do it? It's so easy as basically coming back here to this part, and we're gonna actually send a call. I'm gonna actually come back to our table of leads, and I'm gonna add, in this case, another row to test it basically. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna put the ideas for, I'm gonna put my name, and I'm gonna put a random property with a random number also, so that we can do it. Okay, perfect, here you go. So I'm gonna come back, we are gonna click on execute workflow, it's gonna be calling, and I'm gonna come back to here where I'm gonna start executing the workflow. So let's see if we got the call underscore analyzed. Okay, we didn't get it. Call underscore ended, and well, we got 2 items. Let's see the first item, which is call underscore analyze. Here we have it. Okay, perfect. So with this done, we're gonna go to the if module, where we want to get always the call underscore analyzed. So let's see if we can get it. This event here has to be as the call underscore analyzed. Always, guys. So with this done, as you can see, I'm gonna click on run, and we're gonna get one item that is gonna be of call underscore analyzed, as you can see here, and that's the one that we actually want to get. Okay, so with this done, we're gonna continue, because with now what we want to do is gonna go here and also put a switch module to know if these guys wanted to be interested or not. It could also be an if module, so whatever you want. So let's continue. We're gonna set, in this case, another if module, where we're gonna set that, in this case, if the call status that we have down here, call status, it's equal to error. Okay, there you go. We're gonna add another condition of or in this case, the call status, it's as it is, not underscore connected, or as this case, as it says here, the in voicemail is true. So there you go, got it, equals to true. we're gonna send them to the people of no pickup. So I'm gonna click and here to create a new table which is gonna be no pickup. Okay, and what are we gonna include here? It's basically gonna be the name, the number, and the property. There you go. As easy as this, guys. We've put in text, number as numeric, and the property, which is also gonna be text. Fantastic. So that later we can send them a follow-up. Perfect. Okay, so with this done, once the table is created, as you can see, we're gonna basically come here. We're gonna click on execute step. As you can see, it goes to true because one of these, it means that it is true. Oh, wait a moment, because we have to actually change this to be if it's in red, it means that it has to be a boolean, so it's true. There you go, now it works. So I'm gonna execute again the step. Oh yeah, and if it's true and it's one of that, as I said, we're gonna send them there to the part of no pickup. So for that, we're gonna actually get a row. So let's go to Supabase, and we want to get a row because we want to find the information of these guys. We're going to go to leads. We want to, in this case, find the call ID. So I'm gonna add a condition. We want to add the call ID, and it has to be the same call ID in this case. There you go. I'm gonna execute the step, and as you can see, we have here all the information. And with that, we're gonna update a row with Supabase. No, we're gonna add a row actually with Supabase. So I'm gonna click here. We're gonna create a row. We're gonna go to the table of no pickup. There you go, and we're gonna add 3 fields, as you can see here. We're gonna go with the name, which is gonna be the name that we got. We're gonna also get the number, which is gonna be with the number that we got, and the property, which is also gonna be with the property that we sent previously. There you go. Fantastic. If now we click on execute the step, we're gonna have it created already here inside no pickup. There you go. Fantastic. Oh, so it's as easy as that, guys. This is the part in case they didn't pick up as the phone. In case they did pick the phone, what are we gonna do? We're gonna come here and we're gonna first of all do another step in which I'm gonna pick the phone. So it's gonna be as easy of coming back here. I'm gonna run it and I'm gonna call my number and I'm gonna do a small test. And I'm gonna come back with the same process I did, guys. I'm just gonna execute it here until we find the call underscore analyst. You already know how to do it, so I'm gonna do it on my own. Okay, guys, so I've just done a test exactly. So I'm gonna add here another if module in case the call was successful and we did a great call. And what am I gonna do there? What we want to do is basically get here the call analysis data that we got down here. Let me find it. Here it is. There you go, custom analysis, and we want to add it here to see if it is in this case interested or not. So in case it is interested, as you can see, let's execute it, and it means that we're gonna bring these guys to the interested table inside Supabase. So let's go back to Supabase. We're gonna create a row. We're gonna go to the part of interested. Here it is, and we're gonna start adding all the fields. Name, we're gonna actually add here the Retell AI dynamic variables that we had from the name. There you go. We can also add the property address, however you want to call it. ID, and I add it actually, so I have to add it right now. Let me a moment, guys. Sorry about it. Let's go here. Let's go to the interested. There you go. I'm gonna add here the property which I didn't add. My fault. I'm gonna put here type with text, and I'm gonna save it. Fantastic. Okay, so now how do we update the information that we have here inside NA10? I'm just gonna come here, I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna refresh the list. So now we can see that we have here the property, which I'm gonna add right now. Here it is, address. Perfect. What do we also want to add? We want to add the number. There you go, which we can add here where it says to number. You just get it, you place it there, and that should be good to go. Okay, nextly I'm also gonna add in this case the recording URL. Well, first of all the transcript. There you go. I'm also gonna add in this case the recording URL, which we're gonna find in the low part here. If we go down, we will end up finding it. Let's see. Here it is, recording URL, and we placed it here. Perfect. Okay, great. So with this done, we're gonna wait because I haven't extracted in this case the repairs, reason, appointment, or price, because we're gonna change a bit. We're gonna start doing some tests here inside the website of Retell because I have changed some things here in the function of extract dynamic variable. I just told it, execute this function when the user is asked the reason to sell, because it wasn't actually being executed. So let's start calling and using this part. We are not gonna be able to retrieve here the phone number, but it doesn't matter a lot right now. We just want to test it and see if we can get this information. As well as I'm gonna come here to post call analysis and I'm gonna tell it here text, or could we choose date? No, I think we have to go text, yeah, text, date. Output the date of appointment in case there was an appointment booked, with the next format. And let's put month, day, year, hour, minutes. If there was no appointment booked, just output no appointment. Okay, there you go, fantastic. Format example, let's put an example, no appointment, and the other example is gonna be, in this case, let's say month of July 13th, 2025 at 13. There you go, perfect, and I'm gonna save it. Fantastic, so let's test it a bit right now. Let's click here on test and let's see if we got it.
Hello there, am I talking to a name?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Amy. Fine. So I am Max, the assistant of the real estate agent James Williams, who wanted to confirm you wanted to sell your property on Platchum Property.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. Could you tell me if the house needs any repairs? And what is the reason you want to sell it?
No, it doesn't need actually any repairs. And I want to sell it because I want to change my environment.
I understand changing your environment can be a big and positive step. Finally, name hurt. Could you give me the price you are looking to get for your property?
Yeah, let's say $1 million.
Got it. Would you like me to transfer you right now to our real estate agent, James Williams, so that you can discuss further details with him?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, and now we're gonna end the call. We're gonna come fastly here and we're gonna execute the workflow. We're gonna execute again until we find, there you go, the call analyzed, as you can see. Fantastic. Let's take a look if we actually were able to extract all the things. We're not gonna get the dynamic variables. If you see that the call was strange because it was saying add name or something like that, that's our dynamic variables that in the calls are changed to the normal name and everything. But here we want to check here, as you can see, the collected dynamic variables, that's exactly what we wanted. So we're gonna come here, and now is the moment to add, in this case, the price. We can also add, in this case, the repairs. There you go, and there you go, we're gonna add it there. We can also add, in this case, the reason. Let's find it, here it is, reason. And we're also gonna add finally the appointment, because if we go down we will find that we have here, in this case, the call analysis with the appointment. Let's find it. Here it is, date, no appointment, as you can see, as I told it to output if I didn't book an appointment. Okay, so let's go here, no appointment. Fantastic. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is send a notification to, in this case, the real estate agent to let him know, man, there's a new interested guy, in case you were not able to pick the phone or to book an appointment. Well, instead of appointment, I think it was transfer the call. So let's change all this. Let's change this from appointment to transfer. My fault, guys. I'm just gonna change this to text. I'm gonna save it. And I'm just gonna change everything here so that it's, instead of appointment, it's transferred. So let's set like this, like, well, we're gonna have to leave it on date so it doesn't change a lot, but I'm actually gonna add it like just output yes or no, depending if the call was transferred to the real estate agent. There you go, fantastic. So that way we can fix this problem that we have. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna put here yes, no. I had these lapses, let's call it like that, but luckily we were able already to fix it. There you go, fantastic. Okay, so with this done, we can click here. We're not gonna have the information, it's gonna go wrong because, as you can see, we're not gonna find this information. It doesn't mind a lot actually. We have to, in this case, refresh the list. Instead of appointment, go to the transfer one. Fantastic. And here we have to go to the interested. I think it's interested. Anyways, I will refresh the list. There you go, interested. Fantastic. We're gonna leave it like that. Okay, so now we're gonna set an if module again, in which we are gonna copy this transfer, because as you know, it's gonna be transferred right now, not an appointment. My fault, guys. And I'm gonna just add it here and set that if it is equal to yes, we're gonna send an email informing that, man, this guy was transferred to you, but in case the guy wasn't transferred, we're gonna send a different email. It's gonna be a really similar one. So let's set as message just to notify the real estate agent. We're gonna send it to the real estate agent. So let's say that his email is realestate@gmail.com, and let's put a subject, new lead that was transferred. There you go. And let's set this to text. Hey James, that is the name of the real estate agent, a new lead was just transferred to you. You can go to the Supabase CRM to check its data. Fantastic. And we are just gonna click here on duplicate, gonna bring him here, taking there, and let's say new lead, interested, but who wasn't transferred. There you go. Okay, fantastic. A new lead that, and let's change this to a new lead that wasn't transferred has just arrived. Let's set it like this. Please check his data inside Supabase. Great, guys. So with this done, we are ready to continue. And if in case the guys weren't interested, we're gonna add another Supabase here of create a row, because we're gonna create a row in our new table that we're gonna create here of not interested leads. There you go. And what do we want here? We just want the name with text. We just want the number with numeric. We just want the transcript. There you go. With text also, the recording URL with text, and we also want the property details. So we're gonna add it here. There you go. Also text. Fantastic. I'm now gonna save it. There you go. And once it is created, we're gonna come back here. We're gonna add our create a row module, and we are gonna here get the not interested leads. Here we're gonna start selecting, in this case, name. And how are we gonna get it? We're gonna come back up here. We're gonna wait until it loads the notes, and here we're gonna start copying the dynamic variables to bring it back here. It now is appearing red with the test that we did, but no worries, guys, that when we do a test with our phone number, it will definitely appear. So that's the thing that we have to worry about. The property and you can add also the number. I'm not adding it because I call with my number. I don't want it to appear here, but there you go, as easy as that. We're also gonna be adding also as well the transcript, the recording URL. There you go, fantastic. So let's go back that here, let's add the recording URL. There you go, bring it down here, and the transcript, let's get it also. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, great and great. Okay guys, so with this we actually have finished the first system of adding all the data. It's a simple one, yeah it is. Okay, and also in case it isn't called analyze, just to inform you, we are not gonna do anything more here, okay, just to let you know. It's as easy as this. So we have already this system built and set up. It's not really complicated, as you can see. It's true that I'm doing it a bit more simple. Some projects of my clients are a bit more advanced, but with a version like this you can definitely sell it. What are we gonna do now? We're gonna go directly to, in this case, set the follow-up system, so that we can send the follow-ups to the guys that didn't pick up the phone, so they are in no pickup, to all the guys that appear here. We're gonna go directly to send them a follow-up, and by the way, it's gonna be with exactly the same AI voice agent with this one. So let's get into it. Okay guys, so for doing this follow-up system, I'm gonna actually come back to our main system of sending calls, and we're gonna do it in the same page. So inside the schedule trigger, I know I set it for, in this case, every 10 minutes, but we're gonna change it because we don't want to be calling at, for example, 3 a.m. when people are sleeping. So for that, we're gonna add, in this case, a custom cron. And for that, I have come here and I investigated how to do it. And as you can see here, I've set this at every 10th minute past every hour from 9 through 5 p.m. on every day of week from Monday through Friday. So I'm gonna basically copy this and I'm gonna paste it here, as you can see, so that it completely understands it. Perfect. But when do we want to send this follow-up system, guys? I thought that we actually could send it in two options, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. when we have already called our main people, or on Sunday and Saturday. In this case you can choose. I'm gonna choose to do it, to set it up in this case from the hours of 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. There you go. So let's set another schedule trigger here so that we can do the follow-up system. So I'm gonna go again to the schedule trigger. It's gonna be a new one, and I'm gonna change my camera there. I'm gonna go here to custom, and we're gonna add the cron here. Great, fantastic. So now we're gonna go to, in this case, a Supabase where we want to get a row. I think so. We can go here, we can go to the part of no pickup, which is with the one that we're going to be operating. We can go to execute a step, and we have to select at least an ID. That's why I actually prefer to choose the get many instead of having a condition. We just want to get the first one that it's at first, and we don't have to have any conditions. We just click on get one. And as you can see, we get the first one that we have there inside the no pickup. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? What we're gonna do is basically try to search that guy inside the main leads list. Why? I'm gonna explain you right now. What we're gonna do right now is basically delete the info of these guys from Supabase. Why? Because we're gonna send him another call, so we want to analyze again all the information of the call that he's gonna have. So we want to delete him from the seat of no pickup, so that we don't send him another follow-up next. That's why we're gonna come here to the part of no pickup, and we're gonna add the condition of, in this case, let's say for example number, and we can set the property to equals number, for example. Great. So we can now execute the step. As you can see here, there you go, executed. We have deleted that row. And if we go now to the part of, in this case, NA10 of, well, if we go now to another Supabase module, we want to get a row from the leads table. Here you go. We're gonna get the leads, and we're gonna click here on, in this case, property, because we want it to be the same property, equals the property. There you go, fantastic. Now we're gonna execute it and we will find the items. Perfect. So with that, what are we gonna do? We're gonna send the same call, guys. We're gonna just duplicate, we're gonna bring it here, we're gonna bring it here. Why? Because what we want to do now is go again to Supabase, and we want to, in this case, update a row. We're gonna leave the same call send message, but we're gonna update the row because we're gonna change the call ID that we did. So for that, we're gonna set a condition. If first, let's choose our table, which is gonna be, in this case, the leads again. There you go. And here we're gonna put the conditions of, in this case, the property, and we are gonna select equals, or the number, it could be whatever guys you want. In this case, let's choose the property. I'm gonna bring it here. If not, you could even choose the ID, it doesn't matter a lot. Any of these work. So careful at here, because we have to click on execute previous notes. It's gonna be executed right now. It's gonna give an error, it doesn't matter a lot, but what we want to do is come here, change this, and change it to this. Fantastic. So we're gonna change this one, and we're gonna go to call ID. Where can we get the call ID if we have done a test? I'm gonna copy the call ID, and I'm gonna bring it back here. There you go. Fantastic. So now if we execute the step, we will find it. Fantastic. Okay, why do we want that? Because it's gonna be exactly the same as we said. Now it's gonna come back to the other system, and it's gonna process it as if it was a normal call, guys. And that way, if he doesn't pick again the phone, it's gonna gain again to the no pickup table, and it's gonna continue the process until this guy picks the phone. Okay, that's the follow-up system. It's basically as easy as that. What are we gonna do now? We have to set right now the inbound system and the inbound or data organizer. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna come back to Retell, and here we could actually build the inbound one with a single prompt agent, or we can do it with a conversational flow agent, whatever you want. I'm gonna change this one to main send calls system inside Retell. There you go. Okay, so let's go directly to Retell, and we're gonna create a new agent, AI voice agent. It's gonna be a conversation flow agent. Directly, guys, click on create, and we go directly into it. Why are we gonna do a conversational flow agent? Really easy, because we want to try to get a pattern so that we can transfer as easy as possible when the people call us. So we're gonna start with the typical initial message that we would set in the other agent. So here I have, in this case, the system, and I'm gonna say here, hello there. I am the assistant of the real estate agent James Williams, and I have called you several times because we wanted to know if you still want to sell your property. Fantastic. There you go. So let's put here several correctly and real correctly. Okay, so now what do we want to confirm? Okay, we have to set several other options. In first case, we have to put the general global settings, where we have to set here a general prompt, which I will add later, but the transition is gonna be really easy. And we're gonna set, in this case, 3 transition options. The first one is gonna be user says yes or something similar. And there you go. We're also gonna put user says no or something similar. There you go. And we're gonna put a last one that is gonna be, in this case, user asks which property we are talking about. There you go. fantastic. Okay, so depending on which one they say, we're gonna do something similar. If they say no, it's as easy as set a conversation note and say, okay, thanks for your time. Here, as a static sentence, okay, thanks for your time. Have a nice day, let's say. And we're gonna set in this case as keep response, and we're gonna set here the end call function. There you go. We just add it here. Boom, fantastic. What's gonna be next? Next, we're gonna set the route for people who say, yes, I want to sell my property. And we are gonna do exactly the same as we did in the first agent. We are just gonna tell him, hey, can you tell me if it needs any repairs and the reason why you want to sell? Answer any question he has, and then tell him, well, let's say ask him if there are any repairs needed, let's say, and the reason with he wants to sell, let's say. There you go. Okay, and we're gonna set here the condition of user says whether it needs repairs or not, and the reason he wants to sell. Okay, fantastic. So now we're also gonna set here a extract variable node, because we want to extract if it needs repairs or not, and this reason. That's the thing. So how are we gonna do it? We're gonna come back to our first agent. We're gonna come here to each one, and we're gonna be extracting the next things. Repairs. There you go. We're gonna add it here. The first one is gonna be again whether the property needs repairs or not, and it's gonna be a boolean again. There you go. I'm gonna save it, and now I'm gonna add another one, which is gonna be in this case the reason. There you go. Reason, copy it, paste it here, and we are gonna just say the reason the user has to sell his property. Fantastic, and I'm gonna save it. Okay, I'm gonna skip in this case this response. I'm gonna, let's put here tool successful. Let's say once we have picked all the variables, so tool successful, and then we're gonna put in this case tool unsuccessful. As easy as that, guys. Copy this part, there you go, and paste it here and put unsuccessful. There you go, fantastic. So in case we got that information, we're gonna continue and we're gonna ask in this case the price. So let's add another conversation and let's say be thankful and ask him now about the price he would like. Fantastic, connect it here. Okay, and let's set here the transition of user says the price he would like. In case the tool was unsuccessful, I'm just gonna add another conversation and it's gonna be a static sentence. Can you please repeat the information? I wasn't able to catch it. There you go. And I'm gonna say here user says again if it needs repairs or not. User says again if it needs repairs or not. Wait a bit, I put this part incorrectly, and the reason for selling. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this, connect here and connect here. Fantastic. So if the user says the price he would like, once he set it, we're gonna again extract the variables, but in this case it's gonna be the price one. So I'm just gonna come here, connect it here, and we are gonna come back to Retell, go to the price one, there you go. So copy the price, come here, change this thing, copy this part, paste it here, and change it to number. There you go. And now we're gonna save it. Again, it's gonna be tool successful and tool unsuccessful. There you go. And there you go. Fantastic, guys. So in case it was successful, we are just gonna tell him if he would like to be transferred right now to our agent. So let's add another conversation, and let's say, be thankful again. This is the prompt of this note. And now ask him if he would like to be transferred to our real estate agent so that he can discuss further details. And let's say here, user says no, and user says yes. As he says that, user says yes, or something similar, and user says no, or something similar. There you go. Fantastic, guys. So if they say yes, we are just gonna be basically transferring. So I'm gonna, in this case, set the call transfer. I'm gonna set it here, and we are gonna modify some things. Okay, so we're gonna leave again the static destination. We want to set the warm transfer as we did here, and what we are gonna do is come to the transfer call. We are gonna put the same message. So there you go, and there you go. Whisper message. Okay, so we are gonna have to take out the name, and we are gonna set this thing because we're not gonna have his property probably. Well, we might have his property, I will explain you later, and the name. Let's say if you know it, because there's a probability that we don't know it in case they don't ask for the property, and there's another possibility that we don't have it. So if we have it or not, we're just gonna leave the same message like that. And in case the transfer failed, we are just gonna tell him, so say sorry because of the transfer failed. Inform that the real estate agent will get in touch with him shortly. Fantastic. And now let's say this, connect it here. We are gonna, in this case, skip the response and bring it back here into the part of end call. There you go. Fantastic. And if the user says no, we are just gonna say another conversation. Let's add another conversation here. Fantastic. And let's say here up, I understand the real estate agent will get in touch with you shortly anyways. Let's put, for example, I'm gonna also skip the response, connect this part here, there you go. Fantastic. I'm gonna skip the response, bring it back here, there you go. And finally we have this part left of price. If in case the tool is unsuccessful, of price, we're gonna say sorry and please ask him to repeat the price because you weren't able to catch it. Fantastic. I'm gonna put here as a condition, user says again the price. Great. Connect it here, guys. Connect it here, and there you go. Okay, so the main thing is finished. What do we have left in case they want to know which property we are talking about? And how are we gonna do that? We're gonna do that with a basic function call. So let's do it. Let's set here a function. We're gonna add a new function, custom function, which is gonna be the property data. Let's call it the function to retrieve all the data from the user. Fantastic. So how are we gonna do it? We're gonna come back to our NA10 system, and we're gonna do it in the same place as we did it with the inbound system. This is the send calls. Now let's do it in the inbound system. Here it is. We're gonna set the second webhook here. So let's go to webhook. Let's check that it's actually different. 8853 tens this one, and this one ends in 6493. Perfect, so it's a different one. So we're gonna change this in this case to post. We're gonna click here to copy it, bring it back to Retell and paste it here. We don't want to set anything, guys. We just want to get actually the address of the property and the name of this guy. So we are just gonna save it and leave it like this. There you go, and add it. There you go, fantastic. And now we are gonna basically come here and we're gonna put here prompt, and we're gonna say tool result successful and tool result unsuccessful. Successful, there you go, and again it's gonna be tool result unsuccessful. So let's add another one, and there you go. Great. So in case it was successful and we got the data, we are just gonna add a conversation, and let's say here, and let's say inform the user about the property that you just property address that you just received from the webhook, from the function, let's call it, and tell him, ask him if that is his property, is the property that he wants to sell. Okay, and if the user says yes, we will continue with the process, and if the user says no, we just say goodbye. User says yes or something similar, and we're gonna also set it here to user says no or something similar. Fantastic. Okay, so in case there's user says yes or something similar, we're just gonna go to the upper part and continue. If they say no, we are just gonna directly, okay, thanks for your time, have a nice day. If the tool result was unsuccessful and we couldn't get the property data, we're just gonna say here, sorry, we couldn't get the info with a static sentence of the property we thought you want to sell, but we did see in the internet that you wanted to sell one. There you go. And let's say, is that correct? And now we're gonna directly say, again, user says yes or something similar, and user says no or something similar. So let's set it. User says yes or something similar, and in this case user says no or something similar. So let's set it also like here, and there you go. Fantastic. So in case the user says yes, we are just gonna connect it here to continue with the process of qualifying him. But if they say no, what we're gonna do is say, okay, thanks for your time, have a nice day, and that's all. Okay guys, so we definitely have finished this conversational flow agent, the part of the conversation. Now we have to add the other things. So the first thing is that we have to configure the things as the same as we did in the other agent. So we are gonna use GPT-4 mini. I know that when I'm recording this, GPT-5 just released, so that's good. I will create also a video on that. Here we have to select our Archer conversational voice. I don't think if we might have it here. I'm just gonna search it, Archer, and I hope that we can find it. Let's go. How is it called? Archer conversational. So I'm gonna find it, Archer conversational. Here it is. Fantastic. And I'm gonna save it basically. There you go. Fantastic. I'm gonna again change my camera. Okay guys, it gave me error because you can just find it here because I already added, and there you go, we can use it. So I'm actually gonna use the same settings here. We set, in this case, voice speed, voice temperature, and the voice volume, and I'm gonna leave it exactly in a really similar way. The voice speed is, I'm gonna lower it a bit, the voice temperature I'm gonna also lower it a bit, and the voice volume I'm gonna actually increase it. I'm gonna set 11 laps to Robbie to 5, and that is the settings that we want to leave. In terms of speed settings, I'm gonna actually use the same. Let's come here, we have the call center. Great. We're also gonna set the responsiveness to 0.96. We are gonna enable back channeling, and I'm gonna copy the same back channeling that we put here. I'm gonna also put enable speech normalization, paste this part here. There you go, fantastic. And now we're gonna go with the call settings. Again, voicemail detection, hang up. We're gonna set the end call silence on 2 minutes, and we're gonna put the max call duration to be on 10 minutes. Easy, fantastic. Later, we're gonna also put the post call analysis, which is gonna be, in this case again, a really similar one, where we want to get if they were interested or not. So decide whether the user was interested or not in selling his property. Fantastic. And we're just gonna set interested, and let's put not interested. Great. And I'm gonna save it. There you go, guys. So unless we have here more post-call analysis, well, we have actually the date. Yeah, we're gonna actually leave that. We actually don't want it to be really complex, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And we will finally add another one that is gonna be really similar, but this one I'm gonna change it a bit. This one is time is gonna be transferred. Decide whether the call was transferred to the real estate agent or not, and we're gonna set in this case yes or no. Fantastic. And we're gonna save it. There you go, guys. I'm gonna add right now the prompt, and with this we are ready to go to test it and end up the system with the inbound organizer. Okay, guys, so in this case what we're gonna do directly is get the webhook. Here we have it. Click there and paste it here in case you didn't do it previously. And with this done, what are we gonna do now also directly here, because I just added also the prompt. We are basically, guys, gonna test it. We added the post-call analysis, so that's all that we have to do. What are we gonna do now? Let's come here and let's actually test it. Let's click on test and let's do it with test audio. So in this case, I'm gonna come back to this one and I'm gonna listen in this one for an event. Let's click here to listen for event, and I'm gonna click here. As you can see, it's gonna appear as call.
Hello there. I'm the assistant of the real estate agent James Williams, and I have called you several times because we wanted to know if you still want to sell your property.
And which property are we talking about?
It seems I don't have the exact address of your property right now. Could you please confirm if you are...
Oh, so we have to click twice here in the webhook so that we can get the information of the call started and of the function. And as you can see here, we have everything that we wanted. In this case, we have the function of property data, as you can see here. So we just have to set, in this case, an if module to see if the property data just exists. Or let's put this, let's go down and let's put name equals property data, exactly as we want. Okay, so if it's true, as you can see, we're gonna go here and we want to add a Supabase search module, because we are gonna search for, in this case, the row of this guy. And how are we gonna do it? With the phone number. Exactly. So with that, I'm gonna go to the number. Here you can see, and inside get a row, I'm gonna, in this case, choose the leads table, and we are gonna set a condition in which number. And as we were doing the test from the website, we're not gonna be able to see the number, but it doesn't matter because you just have to follow me. We're gonna put dot body, and it's gonna be dot from underscore number. Perfect, and there you go, and that way it will appear. So that's great. How can we do it now to test it? It's as easy as this. We're gonna go to the leads table. We're gonna get one number. Let's get, for example, this one. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna bring it here. Why? Because let's test it. I'm gonna leave this part below, copy it so that we can change it later. But right now I'm gonna test it with this number. If we execute the number, we're gonna have that table, that row actually got it. So I'm gonna also respond the webhook, and in here we're gonna put, in this case, a text. As you can see here, we're just gonna say property address, and we're gonna put here the property with an expression. There you go. And we're gonna put also name of the user, and we're gonna put the name. There you go. And with this we will respond to the webhook, and that would means that Retell will get the information of this guy. So I'm gonna come back, and we are gonna actually change it back to what we had before, which was the from underscore number, because we have to take into account that this guy is calling us. It's not like before that we were calling to someone. No, this guy is calling us. So that's why it's from underscore number. So I'm just gonna put it again. Fantastic. And now we're gonna go out, and we are gonna go to the part of false. Again, we just want the call to be call analyzed, so we just want to use that part. So I'm just gonna go to the part of, in this case, as you can see here, call analysis, call underscore analyze. Sorry, here, there you go. We have to use the event of call underscore analyze. We don't want anything more, because we have to take into account that there's no possibility here of having an error, not connected, or voicemail. These guys are calling us directly. So we're gonna put this as an if, and it's gonna be the event and the call underscore analyzed. Fantastic. So with this done, how are we gonna do it? We're gonna use again our call analysis reference, because as you can see here we have the same ones as here, interested, and here we also have the one of interested. That's a good part, because that means that we can actually copy it with doing a test. So we're gonna come here, and we're gonna put this one, copy it actually, and bring it again to another if module once it said if and true. Okay, so we set it here, and if it is true, let's say interested, there you go, we are gonna set the create arrow module. There you go. As you can see here, we want to actually copy all of this because we already got it, but we can't use actually the name, property, and everything. So how are we gonna do it? In case they are interested, we are gonna find with the number their row, and with that we are gonna complete the information. Fantastic. So if they are interested, we are gonna go again to a Supabase module of get a row. There you go. We're gonna go again to the leads module. Fantastic. And I'm gonna copy, in this case, the same thing that we have here. We're gonna go with the number here. There you go. Fantastic. And here would be the from number. But again, we're doing a test from the call. What we're gonna do from the web, what we're gonna do is actually do another one, and I'm just gonna basically call the number. In order to call the number, you will have to come here to your phone number, and in this case add the conversational flow, not as outbound but as inbound, in order to call. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna call the agent. Fantastic, got it. I'm gonna actually do that right now. So let's go here to my phone number, and I'm gonna call it. Here you go, so that we can talk with the agent. Let's go.
Hello there. I'm the assistant of the real estate agent James Williams, and I've called you several times because we wanted to know if you still want to sell your property.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. Thanks for confirming that. Before we move forward, could you tell me if the property needs any repairs? And also, what's the reason you're looking to sell?
Yeah, so it doesn't need any repairs, and I am looking to sell because I want to change my environment.
Thanks for sharing that with me. I totally get wanting to change your environment. So, what price are you thinking for the property?
$1 million.
Thanks so much for sharing all that info. Would you like me to transfer you now to James Williams so you can discuss the details further?
I don't have time, sorry. Okay, so we close. Now we click on execute workflow. We click again, and we have a problem there. Okay, so it gave us an error because I actually had to use the using respond to webhook. So now it will work. I'm gonna basically do again the same call that you listened, but behind the cameras. Oh, so I did a test in this case of not being interested, as you can see, and for it to continue, I'm gonna basically continue here, as you can see. Then we will connect it to true. There's not any problem, guys. Why? Because we want to basically copy this number, bring it here, so that we can actually run it. There you go. And that way we're gonna get that information with which later we can analyze if this guy, well, if he was interested, as you can see here, we're gonna just create a row inside Supabase. Here, create a row inside the table of interested people. There you go. Here. There you go. Fantastic. And here we're gonna start adding all the info that we had inside here. We can add in this case the name, as you can see, name. We can add in this case also the number. Here we select the number. There you go. We can also select here the property address. There you go. Fantastic. And we add the property. What can we also do? We can also in this case add the part of the webhook. So here we can add all the call analysis and data that we got, as you can see here. So we got in this case the custom analysis data of interested. Also, we also got in this case the information, for example, of the transcript and the recording URL. So let's head here the recording URL. There you go. We can also set here in this case the transcript, as you can see here, and I'm gonna find it in the upper part. Okay, here it is. Fantastic. And as you can see here, we also have the collected dynamic variables, which that is a great thing. So we can add here in this case the price, and we set the price that we wanted. There you go. We also can add here in this case the reason. There you go. Where is it? Reason. Here it is. And just leave it like this. And finally, repairs if it needs any repairs. Fantastic. Okay, there you go. Repairs. Great. Okay, so now we can execute this step. There you go. Okay, and how can we do that now? The next thing will basically be to find this guy inside the no pickup part and delete that row, because if this guy is calling us back, it means that this guy probably, what has happened is that we can call him and he wasn't able to pick the phone. So we're gonna go in this case to a Supabase delete a row. There you go, Supabase, and you have to go here to delete a row. Once here, we're gonna go to our table of no pickup. There you go, and we're gonna select the condition of the field of the number actually, or the property, whatever you guys want. It's gonna be exactly the same. The number in this case equals, and we're gonna find it here, equals this number. I don't know if we actually have a field like this in the no pickup. We might not have it, but well, just to know, so that you can note it down, it will basically execute that part. And we will finally add an if route here, where we will add the part of the transfer. So if it wasn't transferred, we are just gonna tell him to this guy, to the real estate agent, if yes or no, and we will send him a notification with the email. So how I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna duplicate this one, and I'm gonna bring the notification of the email here, and I'm gonna also duplicate this one so that we can also bring that one here. Fantastic and fantastic. And now, as this one really was the interested, we are just gonna bring that here and bring that here. Right, so now we're gonna just click here to duplicate and bring the get a row one here, as we just want to search inside the leads table for this lead. Remember just to change here from the part of the number. So if you want to remember how to do it, is just to go here and you can select here the phone number. Now that I did actually a call with my number, you just get it here and leave it here. Fantastic. So with that done, we're gonna go with the create a row note of Supabase. There you go. And we want to actually create a new row, but careful inside the not interested leads. Fantastic. And with this done, I'm gonna execute these previous notes There you go, we got it, and we're gonna start adding the fields. Remember that inside the not interested, we're just gonna add the name, which is gonna be the same as the row that we got. We are also gonna add, in this case, the number. There you go, fantastic. And we're also gonna add the property, recording URL, and transcript. So property here, there you go. Let's go now with the transcript and the recording URL. Recording URL and transcript here. Fantastic. And now we're gonna find them. Here it's the transcript, so I'm gonna add it here. And finally the recording URL, which is gonna be in the end of this. Here it is, recording URL, and I'm gonna paste it here. And we're gonna execute this step. There you go, fantastic. We're gonna do the same, in which we are gonna actually duplicate this delete a row, because we want to delete the row inside the node pickup one. It's gonna be exactly the same JSON number. And with this done, what we're gonna do is leave it like this, because if they're not interested, we just want to leave it like this. Okay guys, so it's actually ended. We just were able to finish this really cool system of AI cold calling, completely done. So that's how it works, the system of basically sending complete constant calls. So with this done, we are ready to go to the next part. So to end in this case the video, we're gonna come to Lovable and we're gonna create basically a small dashboard in which we want just to show to the client all the data. So we're gonna select, in this case, our project in Supabase. We're gonna add a RLS policy here. I'm gonna disable it so that Lovable can access it, and we're gonna do exactly that with all the rest of the tables. We're gonna just disable the RLS. So let's come here to interested, and we're gonna do the same. Come here, RLS, we're gonna disable it, confirm, and then we're gonna do the same with, in this case, for example, well, no, I think that we can leave it like this, only with the leads and the not interested, because we just want the leads that we have been called and the interested people. So with that, we're gonna come here and we're gonna tell the next one, create a dashboard with the info of the leads table. Just put in big the amount of leads there are, count the rows with call sent, column not empty, those are the leads called, and finally access the table of interested to add the interested people. Let's see what it creates. Let's just go ahead and I'm gonna come back once it has finished. So as you can see, it just ended editing everything. So we go here and we see that we have 3 of them with call sent and 5 leads here. It counts it exactly. And we also have here inside the interested people the data of this guy of interested, as you can see here, the price, if it needs repairs, reason, and everything. We can tell Lovable in this case to add more information or whatever you do or whatever you want, and if you want you can here publish it directly, and with this way you are gonna find it directly to send it to your client. This is basically how I build the cold calling system. Depending on what the client wants, you can add here leads called, not interested, also interested people, whatever you want. So we copy the link, we bring it here, and we are gonna find here the app of the dashboard so that your client can access it. I've done other walkthroughs more specified on Lovable on how to create a proper dashboard. But with this said, guys, we're gonna go to say goodbye to the video, and yeah. So guys, this has been all for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it and you've learned how to build a complete AI cold calling system, where it's Retell with an A10 in this case, and also create a dashboard inside Lovable to perform it and show it mainly to the clients. So Again, thanks for watching the video and see you in the next one.